Almost every ministry in the government of St. Lucia, almost everyone, and not all, would have a small communication team. In addition to this communication team, there is GIS, there is NTN, and they can record and air any program for any government department upon request. Under Jimmy Fletcher, film crews and reporters were added to almost every ministry. Ministry of Health has its own crew for filming, editing, etc. Ministry of Education has the same. So in other words, there is no need for any government department, absolutely none, to hire a private company to film and produce any government program. There is no need. Today, you have Dale Elliott actually following NTN, following other government recorders, recording the very same program that they are recording. And guess what? Our government's recorders are on duty, get paid monthly, but Dale is not doing it for free. In addition to that, folks, in addition to that, based on the conditions of the issuance of a broadcasting license, the government of St. Lucia has a daily slot on every media house in this country. This is a condition necessary for the issuance of a license in this country. Government has an hour per day. Well, folks, the government of St. Lucia has been charged some $37,000. $37,000 for filming and broadcasting something that the government and people of St. Lucia should not have had to pay 1 cent for. Well, that is an untold story I'm telling tonight. Put up that invoice for me, please. Yes. The Independent Film Company, it says at the top here, a subsidiary company of Bumper to Bumper Limited. A subsidiary of Bumper to Bumper. Now, to the Ministry of Education, description, production of a 15-minute documentary, filming of island-wide. Now, Ministry of Education, folks, as I just mentioned, has its own communication crew, its own filming crew. They edit and they can prepare tips or clips for release to any station without paying for them. Okay? But he sends it to Ministry of Education. Production of one 15-minute documentary. Filming of island-wide tour with Ministry of Education delegation along with the Prime Minister. Production and distribution of 4-minute video and audio news release. News release to all TV and radio stations of Haiti. Broadcasting of one 15-minute documentary on 3 privately owned television stations. But government does not have to pay for that. And the total amount, folks, is $37,055. $37,055. And like I said, this could have been done without paying a penny. Ministry of Education would have its own communication crew. They can film, they can edit, and they can prepare the slides, the clips, whatever, to send to the relevant stations where, based on it being a government dispensation, we would not have to pay a penny. On the other hand, the media houses, the persons I spoke to and sent this thing to, told me this is not even worth $5,000. It is not even worth $5,000. But that is $5,000 we still would not have paid. But rather than not paying at all, we find $37,055 to give to a party hack. And we are doing that when there are no gloves at the Soufriere Hospital, when there are no Panadols at Victoria, when there is no medication for diabetes, when the police cannot get an extra vehicle. The government finds money to send through the tube of corruption. Folks, this is the first time in the history of this country that corruption, institutionalized corruption, is crippling the economy.